Okay lang yun. Hindi ka rin kaya for the entrance na. After ng balik ko tayo. Thank you po. Kuya, taras na konti ah.
Okay, everybody? Excited? All right.
Music.
Music. All right, music up. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in the Miss Universe history, Palestine rises. All right, good evening, Nadeen.
Good evening, thank you.
All right, and also thank you to the members of the press who's joining us tonight. So Nadeen, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling so excited. I'm happy. I'm so excited to share this space with everyone here. Thank you for coming.
And so far, how are you finding the Philippines in Manila?
Oh, I love the Philippines. I love Manila. And the people here are fantastic, amazing vibes, beautiful energy. And I'm just so excited to be here.
All right, so before we continue, I guess I will ask one of the questions from the press. Why have you decided to stay here in the Philippines for quite some time? What made you decide to do your training here?
Well, it's not my first time to be here in the Philippines, and I know how amazing and professional the training here is for pageantry, for the passerella, for Q&A, and it's such a beautiful vibe here. I feel so much positivity, and I think it's a fantastic place to be before a huge event and competition like Miss Universe, where you really need that positivity to go out there and have the full energy.
All right, so before we go into the questions of the media, let's do a blow-by-blow question and answer. Are you ready for that?
I'm ready.
But let me get your flowers first.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, so members of the press, the questions that I will ask Nadeen is the first time that she will hear. Okay, so it's the first time that she will hear these questions. And this is just to showcase how eloquent our Miss Universe Palestine is. All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so Nadeen, as a Palestinian woman, why do you think joining a beauty pageant now is necessary for you?
It's so important that right now it's a time for a Palestinian to join Miss Universe, because it's a platform where we can share our stories with the world beyond the headlines that we see today, beyond the suffering, beyond what we're used to seeing on the news, and to show the world that Palestinians, especially our women and children, we have dreams and aspirations, and we give so much to our communities, and we can also give so much to the world, or might I say the universe.
All right, that's a lovely answer. Now, considering that you are the very first Miss Universe Palestine, what do you think is the characteristic that you have that you can share to the universe?
I would say there are so many characteristics that I can share, but I think the compassion that I have and the strength to keep going despite the obstacles, despite the challenges that I may face, I continue to keep going. And I would like to consider this as a type of soft power, you know? And beauty is a soft power. To be able to share with the world my story, to share with the universe the stories of children and women in Palestine, that is a truly powerful thing. And it's through beauty, it's through relating with others, through touching people's hearts. And I think that is a characteristics that I truly admire about myself and want to share with everyone.
Okay. And since you did mention soft power, how would you define leadership?
I think leadership is the ability to act with the mind and heart, both together, to be able to inspire others through your words, your energy, and through kindness, and to be able to be a role model for young girls everywhere, and not just young girls, but everyone in the world. And I think that is the most beautiful leadership, to inspire through the mind and the heart connected as one.
All right, it seems like Nadeen can answer most of my questions. Now, let me ask one question that's very far left, something that perhaps a lot of people cannot answer themselves. And this is coming from my Q&A challenge videos from TikTok. So my question for you is, how would you convince somebody that a flower without petals is still beautiful?
That is a very beautiful question. A flower is still a flower, even if it's not in its season. Just like humans, sometimes we have seasons where it's time to learn, it's time to absorb the rain, it's time to absorb the storms that are around us. And these storms and this rain is just as important to grow. And we are still beautiful as flowers. And when the season that is stormy ends, that's when we can bloom and our petals can blossom. So sometimes in my life, I've had moments where I am a flower that is not in its blooming season, but I'm in my absorption season, the season of storms. And we can all benefit from this season as flowers.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we have an applause, a round of applause? That's one very difficult question. So I'll ask you one very simple question. So far, what is that one thing that you love about here in the Philippines? That's why you keep coming back.
I would have to say the one thing I love about the Philippines is truly the people, truly the spirit of the people in the Philippines. And it gives me such beautiful energy and so much support. I'm always getting so much beautiful support here, the smiles of the people, the wanting to reach a hand, and also their open-mindedness to learn.
All right. So, how about the press? Do you think you are ready now to ask your questions?
Yes.
All right. So let's have somebody hand our microphone to our press who would like to ask our first question of the evening. All right. Question.
Hello, Nadeen. Hello, Nadeen.
Hi.
If you remember, I'm the very first person to have interviewed you during your previous Alpha Budget, during the welcome party dinner in Versailles Palace. And I was so amazed in having the first Palestinian candidate for a Big Four pageant. And when I interviewed you, you gave elegant answers even before. And that's why you became a favorite for the pageant starting that time. After 3 years, my first question is, why have you decided to join the Miss Universe pageant? That's my first question. What was, in connection with that, what was your what was the thing that pushed you to decide in actually joining the pageant? Because coming from an alpha pageant that deals with the essence of women working for the betterment of the earth in general, now you're joining another big four pageant. So please answer.
I was so inspired to join Miss Universe because it's also an international platform where I can represent Palestine, and it gives me even a bigger voice. It gives me a chance to reach more people and more of an audience. And of course, the more pageants, the more I allow myself to speak about certain topics like sustainability and women empowerment. I think this is very beneficial. And so my decision to join Miss Universe, especially in a time where I want to be the voice of people in Palestine, in their dreams and their aspirations, I think this really pushed me, and it's a chance right now to be a voice on an international platform.
So thank you for that. Your initial advocacy with your previous Big Four pageant has evolved into something bigger. Now you're talking more about joining the Miss Universe pageant because you want to be the voice for your people. With this advocacy that you have now, what is the main message that you want to bring with you, starting from now as you start your journey with en route to Thailand for the Miss Universe pageant, and the main reason of your, we know that a lot of things are happening in Palestine, or the war that's going between the two nations, and with what happened in the United Nations, with the announcement of, with the support of many countries with the Palestine government or the Palestinian state, and of course those who are opposed to it. What will be your voice in the Miss Universe platform bring to this scenario?
I think my point of view here and the voice that I want to share with the world is that Palestinians, especially women and children, and every single innocent Palestinian in Palestine and in the world, because 50% of Palestinians are in the diaspora, we carry dreams within us and aspirations, and we want to live, and we have wants and needs, and we want to reach our accomplishments just like everyone else in the world, and we want to humanize ourselves in front of the world, because there's so much in the headlines and the suffering, which is important to show. It's extremely important to show the injustices that are faced by Palestinians. But at the same time, we want to show the world what is our culture and our heritage and the beauty within us. Because beauty, it's not just our physical appearance. Beauty is in the culture. It's in how we relate to the world and how the world relates to us. It's showing them that there is a child, for example, I met during one of my humanitarian visits to a hospital in Bethlehem. I'm sure many of you know Bethlehem, which is where Jesus was born. And there I met a child named Rakan, who despite his cancer treatments, he was still dreaming to be an artist. And he was showing me his art, and his mother was crying, and this touched me so deeply, and she was crying. But despite that, she was encouraging him to continue his art dreams. And I just couldn't help but think to myself that despite our struggles, us humans, us Palestinians, we continue to dream and we want to prosper in that. And Rakan and his family actually struggled to be able to find him a place to get treated because of the limited opportunities to get medical treatment in Palestine. And so this was just a story that I really felt deeply in my heart, and it inspired me to be a voice for Rakan and other children like him. So my voice on the Miss Universe platform is to speak of the dreams, the aspirations, and the things that we can relate to with the world.
It's beautiful. Beautiful answer. And how are you going to move from being a Miss Universe Palestine with advocacies that you have into becoming a Miss Universe winner with a broader aspect of talking and speaking for not just for the Palestinian women and children, but also for those people who are in the whole universe, not just in Palestine?
Of course, I think my experience working with Palestinians, it's given me experience and the heart, of course. And this, I started this because I have the heart, but expanded my heart even more when I was able to see all these children and women. And I think that the heart grows just like the universe. It's forever expanding, and there's always room to give my heart to everyone in the universe that needs it and those that are in need. And so being Palestinian is being someone that is a humanitarian. And there is a quote that says that Palestinians, we teach life, which means that if given the chance, we can show the world how we love to live and how we love to help others as well. And so me being a Miss Universe and winning that title will just give me that opportunity to show the world how much room we have in our hearts.
And in connection with that, before I move to my other colleagues here, if you become Miss Universe, which I believe you have a huge chance to do so, how are you going to bridge between countries as a Miss Universe, not just a Miss Universe Palestine, especially with the issues that your nation has with Israel? How can you be a Miss Universe also for Israel?
Well, the situation in Palestine is not helping anyone in the world when there are children suffering, innocent people suffering. When one human being is suffering in the world, all of humanity suffers. Our souls are all connected. And so I don't see that the issues that we're facing is disconnected from the rest of the world and any country out there. I think that any suffering that happens is actually hurting every single country, including Israel. And so when we're able to ensure that children can dream, including the children in Gaza and Palestine, and when every single child is able to access medical care and food and water and able to go to school just like every single child out there in the world that can go to school, we're able to heal a huge part in our society and the world. These issues happen in a lot of areas in the world where children, for example, can't go to school, or they don't have equal human rights as the rest of the world. And so in Palestine, when we heal this, we are helping heal the whole world. And we don't want any child to not be able to have equal rights.
To end my part, how does a beauty queen like Nadeen, or how does Nadeen have fun? Because you look so serious, but we know that you're also a young woman. How do you have fun in this climate, and also what fun things that you enjoy doing?
I mean, I definitely know that all of my advocacies and everything that I'm doing, it's probably difficult to imagine me having so much me having time for fun, but I can honestly say that what I'm doing with my foundation, my humanitarian work, and having my academy, Olive Green Academy, and helping teach people about sustainability and creativity, that to me is so fun. And I think that I'm so lucky to be able to do what I'm doing, and to me this is the ultimate fun. But of course, in my own personal time, I love to read, I love to be with my family, I love to travel as well. I think traveling is one of the most fun things that I like to do. And also this opportunity that I'm having right now, going to Miss Universe and being Miss Palestine, is giving me the opportunity to travel even more and learn about other cultures and make new friends, and I think this is the most fun.
Do you sing?
I used to sing, And so I have the ability, but I haven't really used my vocal cords in a while, so I'm not sure how I sound right now. It's a little rusty there.
Fair enough. Thank you, and best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, as we go to our next member of the press, just a quick question for you, Nadeen. This might be a bit heavy, but let me still ask you this question. As a Palestinian and as a Muslim woman, is there anything that's currently holding you back in the competition?
No, actually, it's empowering me even more to be an Arab and Muslim woman in this competition. It's giving me a new layer of a voice, and it gives me such motivation to show the world that Muslim women are just as powerful and just as independent, and we have so much to say to the world. And it's also a chance to break those stereotypes. And I love a challenge, and I love to break stereotypes.
Thank you. All right. Next.
Hi, I'm Armin Adina from the Inquirer.
Hi.
Here in front of you.
Thank you.
I'd like to know, can you share with us more about the Olive Green Academy?
Yeah, of course. So the Olive Green Academy is an academy where we teach sustainability and technology. We teach technology and AI, but as tools for good. So it's how to incorporate the tools of content creation in showing the world what is sustainability and how we can protect our planet more and how we can uplift communities. So, for example, right now there is a huge evolution in AI, artificial intelligence. And so it's about really taking the narrative, taking this power that AI is coming to and using it for a good cause, which is climate action. Right now we know that the world needs that more than ever. And we are giving influencers the tools. So we're educating them on how to make digital content through social media, maybe YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever their channel is. And we give them the knowledge about sustainability so they can make things that are fun, things that are unique, in order to give the world the right knowledge about the actions that they need to take to fight climate change.
Thank you. Just for clarification, may I know where the academy is based?
Yes, it's in Dubai.
Dubai.
Yes, but we also have fellowship programs for Palestinians.
Okay, if I may ask one more question, I know our friends here from the media would like to ask their questions too. Okay, I'd like to ask for your message to the world leaders who have declared their recognition of the Palestinian state and what it means to you as a Palestinian woman for these powerful personalities to recognize the state of Palestine.
I want to say to world leaders, thank you for recognizing Palestine, because we need you. Our children need you, our people need you, our women need you, and the world needs you. And this step is not just for Palestine, it's for the whole world. Because when justice is there for one country, for one human being, it's also a chance for there to be justice for the whole world. We're just one step closer to world peace.
Thank you very much and the best of luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. So as we go to the next member of the media, Nadeen, I have a follow-up question. Since you did mention AI earlier with regards to your academy, my question with you would be is, when it comes to AI, where should we draw the line?
We need to make sure that we are having AI do what we are requesting. So we use AI to make sure that we are human. It's human-centered. It can't be AI-centered. And so we're using it to help us live our lives more efficiently, but to not take over so much that we lose the aspects that make us human and the fun aspects, or it could damage our nature as well.
All right, thank you. All right, our next member of the press would be, all right.
Hi Nadeen, I'm Shirley's from Business Mirror.
Hello.
Do you still have relatives left in Palestine, and how are they?
Of course, I have a lot of relatives in Palestine, and I also go there a lot. I was there probably a few weeks ago for my humanitarian foundation, but I was in the West Bank. And I have uncles there, cousins, close family members. My mom was also there when I was there. So we are always going there back and forth. And I have relatives there, not in Gaza, but in the West Bank.
Do you hope for a ceasefire to finally happen?
It did happen actually, thankfully, and I am so thankful that children can now be safe.
What is your prayer for your country?
My prayer? My prayer is for us to have equal rights just like every other human being that has equal rights in the world. For our children to be able to go to school, for our children to be able to dream and aspire and reach their goals in life.
Does your outfit today have a special meaning?
Yes, of course. So the colors, as you can see, have the Palestinian flag colors, and the roses is a beautiful representation of woman blossoming and nature, and it gives hope for a woman being able to carry the voice of Palestinians.
Thank you, Nadeen, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Before the next member of the press, Nadine, can you stand up just to show them again what you are wearing? Since the last question, I have the mic. Since the last question is all about your outfit. Okay.
Nadine here.
All right. Maybe we can continue that later on. All right, thank you, Nadine. All right, our next member of the press would be, all right, here we go.
السلام عليكم نادين
عليكم السلام.
كيف حالك؟
منيحة، وأنت؟
أنا مبسوط
إن شاء الله أنت بخير.
شكرا إن شاء إن شاء This is also for the Star Blog. On October 24th, the United Nations will commemorate its 80th founding anniversary. Should you be invited to be a resource speaker, what message will you tell the plenary?
I would say to the United Nations that I want every single child and woman in Palestine to be able to live their lives just like any democratic nation that has justice. And that without a world where every single child can have equal rights and go to school, and where women can live their lives freely, we cannot truly have a justice world, a world with justice. And so my message would be that, look at me. I'm a woman and I have dreams and aspirations and I want to reach them. And I don't want any obstacles to stop me, because there's so much that I can say and I have a strong voice. So imagine the other woman that can't do that, what they have to say. Imagine what they can do, what they can accomplish. I'm not the only one that can accomplish things and can get to where I am today. There's many. I'm just lucky. I'm lucky and I work hard, of course, but I do have privileges. But think of the others, think of the children and the women that don't have these opportunities. Let's give them a chance.
واجد سنة.
Thank you.
عفوا.
Yeah, shukran.
Next question. Should you trade lives with any woman in history, who would it be? Why?
That is an amazing question. If I could trade with any woman in history, honestly, there are many women that I admire, and they've contributed so much to society. But I don't think at this moment I would trade positions with any woman, because I'm in this position for a reason, and I'm already in a powerful position where I can do so much, and I believe that God put me on this path so I can be a powerful woman that carries a voice of change. And so I hope that I can be a woman that in the future, a little girl can look back on and say, I want to be like her.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. And again, before we get to the next member of the press, let me ask Nadeen one question, and maybe our people from the press can get a thing or two from this question. Since you are here in the Philippines for your training and development, can you tell us more? Who are you currently working with, and what are your focus areas for improvement?
Of course, I'm working with many people, including yourself, JV, with the Q&A, amazing coach. Of course, KF Camp, and you want specific names or KF Camp, Tita Raj, who's amazing. I'm working with a lot of people. They're here today. I'm just not sure who wants me to mention them and who doesn't. But there's many people, and I'll definitely be sharing who I'm working with on social media, just to make sure that I uphold their privacy.
All right, got it. And are we ready for the next question? All right, here we go.
Hi Nadine, Jello
Hi.
from Pageantry Fanatics. I just wanted to know what took you so long to go back to pageantry. It has been like 3 or 4 years, and what made you decide to finally join again?
Well, I actually was supposed to continue my pageantry journey in 2023, but because of the situation in Palestine, I didn't find that it was the best time to go back to pageantry. I wanted to focus more on my foundation and in the background, doing my charity works, visiting kids and women in Palestine, setting those building blocks up. And also my academy in Dubai, I was working on it at that time, the Sustainability Academy. So I was really just fueling these things, these projects, not really knowing exactly when I will go back to participating in pageantry. But what's amazing, it just worked out where really my projects and what I was working on are in alignment with Miss Universe.
And that was your major decision. I mean, the major factor that you made you decide to join Miss Universe again was your foundation.
Yes, I think it was my foundation, my academy, my wanting and desire to raise my voice even more and to share that with the world, because they are projects that are very important and can really make a huge impact in the world.
And last question for me, what is the difference between your preparation this time versus the one that you had before? And are you more confident now than your last competition?
Yes, definitely there's a difference in preparation. I think as we evolve and move forward in any aspect in life, we get better and we develop. And I definitely have been working on my passerella more this time, improved that significantly. I've been working on also even polishing the Q&A, and I've also been going to the gym a lot and definitely worked on my physique more.
Sorry, last one. You're going to compete in Miss Universe. Are you going to use Filipino designers, or are you going to use designers from Dubai or Palestinians?
Yeah, I'm using designers in the Philippines for sure. I'm also using designers in Palestine, some designers in the UAE, and even some designers in Italy. So it's more like an international designers. I always say that I'm a global citizen. I'm from Palestine to the universe.
Can you name one Filipino designer you're going to use in Miss Universe, or is that going to be secret?
You will have to see. You will have to see. So it's a surprise. I want to surprise you all.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, so while we wait for the next person who would like to ask a question, so since we have a very demure and very serious mood at the moment, Nadine, can you share some fun facts about you? Something fun.
Okay, some fun facts. One fact is I love to travel. I said that already. I love to learn about new cultures, learn new languages. Another fun fact, I love to dance. I really love to dance. I think it's just one of the best stress relievers ever. I love to write. I love writing, poetry, journaling. I think also it's such a great way to express myself and to get my mind more organized, because there's sometimes so many thoughts, so much that I'm doing, and so it's nice to get these thoughts in order. And I love to write short stories, and I was so inspired by Harry Potter when I was younger, and I totally love to write because of that. we got to 3, right?
Yes, yes, all right. So who would like to ask the next question? Yes.
The men.
Hi.
Hello, Nadine.
Hello.
Okay. My question is, why should you be the next Miss Universe?
I think I should be the next Miss Universe because there are so many changes that I can make beyond just beauty and looks. I can make a change in people's hearts, in people's minds, and I can really show the world that it's so important that every single child can dream and that they have aspirations. And I really think that I could make a huge impact, not only in my country, but the whole entire universe. Thank you.
Thank you, Nadine.
All right, thank you so much. So, do we have any other questions from our press? All right, any additional questions?
More
Go.
one question.
One last question.
Bong Tan.
Okay, there's a follow. Okay, there's a question.
Mixology. Ikaw nung Manila.
Hello. You've joined other pageants before, right? And how different is it this time around competing in Miss Universe? What strategies or different strategies you want to make?
Yeah, of course. I have won an international pageant already. I won a title there. It was in the Philippines. All of you know, I'm sure. And I think this time around, the difference is that I've been training more. I'm more prepared in my passerella. I've really done a lot of training for my physique, and not only my physique, but also the energy and the aura that comes on stage is a huge aspect of training the passerella, which I learned in time. The stage presence, how important it is, and the facial expressions, and all of these little details that go into your best performance on stage.
All right, thank you. Maybe we can have one final question, if there's any from the press. Do we have one more?
Enjoy your deals.
Okay, if there are no more questions, okay, there is. Okay, there we go. One last question, Nadine.
Hi, Nadeen.
Hello.
I'm Joy for Fab Philippines. My question is, what aspects of Palestinian culture were you most proud to showcase on the Miss Universe stage?
One of the most important aspects of Palestinian culture is our tatris, the embroidery, because it shows, every single stitch shows a story of Palestinian culture. The colors, they reflect the towns and villages that the woman that made the tatris, where they're from, the aspects in nature. It's actually a very sustainable type of fashion. And it's been there for centuries, and it shows also how Palestinian women, they use this to support their families. It's their way of resilience, it's their stories, and it's their way to contribute to society and the community and the world.
Thank you, Nadeen, and best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, members of the press. Thank you, Nadine. So now maybe we can have one last photo with you. Okay, feel free to stand up. All right, yes. You can stand in the middle.
I didn't hear.
Kita yun eh. Nadine, look here.
Nadeen,
Eye contact. Ano, class picture? Cellphone. Ano, class picture?
One by one.
Ha?
One by one.
Oh, one by one picture? Oh, look here. The cells.
All right. Member of the press, your turn. By the way, since Nadeen is from is Miss Universe Palestine, no touching. We can just stand beside her. Okay.
Sa kabila, kasama ka ng projector. Yan. Maliwaga. Tatak ng cellphone yan.